Welcome friends, in this one I'm going to show you how to solve a couple rational equations with quite a lot of steps to them. We have these two, 16u over u squared minus 1u minus 30 minus 8 over u minus 6 equals u over u plus 5, and the other one down below. Let's just work on the first one first. So to work this out, we have to factor the denominator first. You're going to have 16u, and you're going to divide that by, let's see, u minus 6, and then u plus 5. The reason is negative 6 times 5 is negative 30, and the negative 6 plus 5 is that negative 1 on the u. Then you can do minus 8 divided by u minus 6. And then you have here u over u plus 5. Now, because we have fractions, we don't like fractions, we got to get rid of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply everything by u minus 6 over u plus 5. On the side here, write it down this way basically. U minus 6 and then u plus 5 this way. Every term has to be multiplied by that. Let me move this aside like this, you see? Same thing with this term right here in the middle. So this is usually the longest step. U minus 6 and then u plus 5. Alright, and then next one here, u minus 6 and then u plus 5. Where did I get u minus 6 and u plus 5? Because that's the bottom here in factored form. So when you multiply by u minus 6 times u plus 5, you're going to clear as many fractions away as possible. That's why you have to do it this way. Now look what happens, as I've just said, on the left side. This clears with this, and then this clears away with this. For the other one, the u minus 6 clears away with the u minus 6. For the one on the right side of the equals, u plus 5 clears away with the u plus 5. So now what's left over? Well, go term by term essentially at this point. You have 16u left over, then minus, let's see, u plus 5 times 8 left over. And on the right side, you have, let's see, u minus 6 times u left over. So now you have to distribute this 8 and distribute this u. Let's do that. 16u minus, and distribute the 8, so it becomes 8u. And then 5 times 8 becomes 40 in this position. And on the right side, you have this u times the u, so that's u squared. And then you have the 6 times the u, so that becomes negative 6u. Now here, there's really a negative number, so you can distribute that negative number and flip the signs inside the parentheses. So 16u minus 8u. Let's see, do this carefully. Minus 40 equals u squared minus 6u. And now you want to gather this into a basic quadratic equation and then solve that. Now from here, you can just combine the 16u and the 8u first on the left side as an example. So you're going to have 8u left over minus 40 is equal to u squared minus 6u. After you move everything, there's going to be a 0 left on the left side. But on the right side, you're going to have u squared minus 6u. And then minus 8u, and then plus 40. Notice that by moving 8u and negative 40, you leave a 0 on that side. It doesn't just disappear or become nothing. It's equal to 0, okay? So 0 now is equal to u, let's see, negative 6u minus 8u. You got to work on that. So it's u squared, that's going to give you negative 14u. And at the end, you're going to have 40 in this position. The question is, how do we solve this equation? Well, what we can try to do always is factor. So how do you do that? Well, look at the factors of the number 40. That's how you factor. So let's see. 40 is, for example, 4 times 10. Well, 4 times 10 is 40, but the issue is that 4 plus 10 is equal to positive 14. That's not equal to negative 14. We're looking for negative 14 because our middle coefficient is negative 14. So switch these around. Let's see. If I make this negative 4 and I make that into negative 10, that's positive 40, but also negative 4 plus negative 10 will give you negative 14, which is the correct middle coefficient. So now we have the following then. I'm going to have 0 is equal to u, and then let's see, minus 4, and then u minus 10. That should work out. And now from here, just set each factor equal to 0. Let me move all this work up 1 second, like this. Alright, so you're going to have either u minus 4 is equal to 0 as a possibility, or u minus 10 is equal to 0 as a possibility. Here, just add 4 to both sides. So u is equal to 4 is a value, and then here u equals 10 is a value. Now notice something. These values are both acceptable. What I mean by that is, whenever you have a rational equation, you have to be concerned that you might end up dividing by 0, but we don't have that here. You can check for yourself. If you plug, for example, 4 into the original equation up here, and you work through it, you will not have a 0 in the denominator. If you plug in 10 and you work through it, you'll see you will not have a 0 in the denominator, okay? So that means our solutions are essentially these two values, u equals 4 and u equals positive 10. Let's look at this one. So y over y minus 3 minus 30 over y squared minus 9 equals 5 over y plus 3. Again, you got to begin by factoring here. So you're going to have y divided by y minus 3. Okay, minus 30 over y squared minus 9. So this y squared minus 9 part, that has to be factored. So you can do that as a difference of squares. So it's going to be y minus 3. And then here it's going to be, let's see, y plus 3. And then on the right side, you have 5 over y plus 3. Again, because we have fractions, we want to clear them away. So let me move this into the middle. We need to multiply this by an expression that will clear as many fractions as possible. So here, notice this is y minus 3, this is y plus 3. The middle term has y minus 3 times y plus 3. So just multiply by this. That's our LCM, basically. All right, so let's do that right now. You're going to do that to every single term. It's going to be y minus 3 and then y plus 3. For this one, it's going to be the same thing, y minus 3 and then y plus 3. And for the one on the right side, again, the same thing. This is always the longest step, so y minus 3 and then y plus 3. Some people skip writing this step down, and that's okay, but then they make mistakes. Let me see. Okay, so let me see. This cancels with this, and then notice for the next ones, right? This will cancel with this will cancel with this, and for the right side, y plus 3 cancels with y plus 3 this way. So what's left over here? Go through it. So you're going to have y plus 3 times y minus, and then the only thing left over for the middle term is the 30, and then 5 times y minus 3. So this is our equation after you've canceled as much as possible. Now you worked with this, so you're going to distribute the y on the left side here. So it's going to give you the following, in other words. It's going to give you y squared, let's see, plus 3y, and then minus the 30. And on the right side, you're going to have 5y minus 15. Again, now you want to make a quadratic equation out of this. So y squared plus 3y minus 30. And then take the 5y to the left side through subtraction. Take the 15 from the right side to the left side through addition. And what's left on the right side is 0. Then you proceed from here. So it's going to be y squared. And now let's see. You have 3y minus 5y. It's going to give you a negative 2y there. And then you have negative 30 plus 15 is going to give you a negative 15. And this is equal to 0. You see? Combine like terms. Now I just have to factor this. So you do that by looking at the factors of the negative 15. All right. So let's do that on the side here perhaps. Different ways of writing the number negative 15. So you can say it's negative 3 times positive 5. Well, that negative 3 times 5 positive is negative 15, but the issue is that negative 3 plus 5 is equal to positive 2, not negative 2. We need negative 2 because that's the middle coefficient. So that doesn't work. So then you switch the signs around. So you have, for example, 3 times negative 5. That works probably because 3 times negative 5 is negative 15, and then 3 plus, let's see, negative 5, that's equal to negative 2, which is the middle coefficient, you see? So now you have here y, let's be careful, y plus 3, and then y minus 5, and this is equal to 0. Set each factor equal to 0, so either y plus 3 is 0, or y minus 5 is equal to 0. Remember, the binomial y plus 3 is a factor, and the other one, y minus 5, again, we call that a factor, because they're being multiplied, right? This is multiplication between them. So now we have y equals negative 3, subtract 3, and then we have y minus 5 equals 0, so y is equal to positive 5. And then these are the supposed solutions. The question is, do they both work though? Let's check that on the side. So I'm going to check with y equals negative 3, okay? We want to know, does this work in the original equation? So check it, negative 3. That means in the original equation, every y gets replaced with negative 3. So negative 3 minus 3 minus 30 divided by negative 3 squared, okay, minus 9. What we're checking is, can this work in this equation? So it's 5 over negative 3 plus 3. In the first one, it's okay because you just end up with negative 3 over negative 6, no problem. But for the second one, if you work through it, you see you have negative 3 and you square it, that's a 9. And you subtract from it a 9. On the right side, you have 5 over negative 3 plus 3, which is 0. You see this? So now if you simplify this all the way, you have negative 3 over negative 6. So that becomes a half. That's not a problem. But again, here you're going to have 30 divided by 0. And on the right side, you have 5 divided by 0. So here the issue is the following. We have division by 0 here, and we also have division by 0 here. You see this? So no good. We can't have division by 0. So that tells you that this supposed answer, y equals negative 3, cannot be used, okay? In other words, very likely what it means is that y equals 5. Yeah, the only answer here. That's what it's telling you. Okay, and that's pretty much the whole question then. So, thank you. Please leave a like, please subscribe. I hope all of this is helpful. I'll see you in another video.